civil war that has ravaged your planets is over. It is time to lay down your arms. Join us to rebuild all that was destroyed in this savage conflict. Even now, the process of repairing your planets has begun.
Admiral Thrawn, I am promoting you to Grand Admiral for your obedient service to the Empire. You will join my inner circle of 12 Grand Admirals who will command all Imperial forces for the glory of the Empire.
Emperor, your faith in me is well placed. How may I serve you next?
You must track down Zarin and destroy his forces once and for all. Grand Admiral Thrawn, do not fail me.
The traitor Zarin cannot run forever. Soon he will be in our grasp.
Welcome, Lord Vader. Let us show you the improvements we've made to the TIE Advanced.
The Emperor is very interested in your progress, Admiral Zarin. Hyperspace capability. Impressive.
The first TIE Advanced are now seeing combat. We also have prototypes of the next generation of TIE fighters.
Interesting. The Emperor will want a prototype immediately.
Is the beam weapon completed?
Yes, Admiral Zarin. We are ready to deploy the weapon.
Excellent. Begin arming my fighter squadrons at once.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Lord Vader.
My master, I have tracked Admiral Harkov to a rebel space installation.
I want Admiral Harkov captured alive. We must apprehend all the traitors under his command.
I will see to it personally.
Do not fail me, Vader. Harkov's fleet must not escape. I have come with an offer for the rebellion.
We have little reason to trust you, Admiral Harkov, but we are willing to hear your offer.
The fleet under my command is willing to join the Rebel Alliance for a price.
Very...
Okay. Oh, that's loud. Hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Please let me know if you cannot hear me. I did do a test stream an hour ago just to be sure. Excellent. Alright, cool. Well, thank you. Welcome to the stream. This will be just me testing out some classic missions, basically from the start. Brian, hello, thank you. Have the compatibility issues been solved? Well, yes, because we're splitting them up, so there will be no converting between Classic and Reimagined anymore. You just install either Classic or you install Reimagined. And it'll all be done through a fancy installer. Goresh, funny man. But yeah, I've spent the last 2 weeks mostly doing lots of tedious line entries, basically copy pasting stuff and then changing the code as needed per mission basis. Then I realized that all the ships needed to be redone in terms of what health they have to match the classic stats, because before it was all set in the executable. Now it's not, so we do it by the ini files instead, or INI, however you like to pronounce it. And so I've been going through all of that, and then setting their health and setting their weapons as well, and also their lock distance and all this fluff. But I'm pretty satisfied it's in a place now where I can go through the entire campaign, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through all 13 battles. I have not actually, I'll be honest, I have not played Classic properly since probably 1.1, maybe earlier, because my baby is Reimagined. Blazing Firestorm, our team member, who I think is in the chat, yes, he's there. He's the man responsible for getting a lot of Classic up to where it is now. But with 1.4, many changes have come, which means basically we've had to rebuild TFTC twice from scratch, sort of. I say from scratch. Basically, we start with XWAU 2025, and then we basically build the mods back on top of it. And because we're splitting them up, we can't have them mixed together as before, so that means we had to separate them, make sure they work separately as separate builds. And that's where we are. Reimagined is on build 4, or at least I'm building build 4 right now, which I'm hoping, I said this last time, it would be the last build, but it's in a pretty solid shape right now, I would say. And so now I'm just concentrating on Classic, so yeah. Star Wars official Starfighter game. I'm not familiar with that one, I'll be honest. So, with all that fluff out the way, I'm going to start playing the game for a bit, at least as long as I can. I will stop and note down bugs or anything as needed. I did actually start this a few days ago, and then I realised how broken it was. So, yeah. Let's turn off Stellaris music as much as I like it, because we're going to be playing a lot of the game. Where are we? There we go. Right. Going to have a new pilot, please. I will start with the W key option on, just in case I need it. I shouldn't need it, but here we go. Oh, Squadrons. Yeah, well, Squadrons, it's fine for what it is. A bit shallow. I never completed the campaign. I think I played 3 or 4 missions in. I got bored. I didn't like how the ship's handled, but then, to be fair, I've got probably thousands of hours now flying about in this particular engine. The flying in squadrons is just so alien to me in the way the ships handle. It just didn't work for me. So, you know, fair play to you if you enjoyed it. I don't think it was a terrible game. I don't think it was a great game either. So, classic test. Alright. Hello, welcome to the 1.4 HD concourse. I'm sure many of you have already seen this in videos or previous live streams, but here it is in all its glory. Once again, UAL being amazing in his work and what he's done here. Bloody fantastic. That's all I'll say there. Crew quarters, medals, everything has been redone in HD. Even the main menu screen is in HD. There you go, 1.4 Classic. We've got little cutscenes going everywhere for each room. Again, UAL doing some bloody fantastic work, if I do say so myself. And that's basically pretty much in every area you want to go in. I think here also, let's have a look. Did I remember to turn the hologram lines off? I'm not a big fan of the hologram line filter. I kind of want it off by default, but, you know, convince me. Cool, thank you. I always like it when people stream my stuff. Right, so let's begin. Classic. Battle 1. No, sorry, Battle 0 is Mission 1. We're doing the classic tutorials. Oh, that's cut off. Might need to fix that. I just noticed in the cutscene the bit training with servers was cut off. Right, so here's an example of a little new feature that was added weeks ago, or reimagined to begin with. I'm not going to listen to the briefing. But, yeah, so before this screen would basically just show you what kind of ships you had, and to some degree you didn't have a lot of control over that. So the campaign list, hang on a second, I'm going to just quickly disable the desktop audio. So, yeah. It was just a list of craft, and that was it. And it wasn't particularly helpful. Meanwhile, you've got the briefing going on in your ears. You can go to the text briefing if you want, but there's not much to look at here other than a nice, very nice HD spinning logo. But now I can define these parameters as I like. So we've decided, well, I've decided to give you a kind of bit of lore. So here's your fleet assignment. This is where you are. And then basically give you some of the briefing stuff right here. What craft you're flying, what warheads you might have available, if they're available, ringmen, and reinforcements. The bracketed R will just appear on any ships that appear under the supporting craft list. Because we're doing the TIE Fighter first mission, there's no wingman for me to use, so. Right, I'll put the desktop audio back on. Yes, lives are specifically for the simulator missions only. They're only for the training missions. Shut up. Yeah, you'll only have them for the training missions. That's been present since 1.0. But this is actually specifically letting the player know that you have 20 lives. Okay? When you get to Battle 1 Mission 1, that line disappears. You don't have any lives anymore. You just die. So, yeah. Right, so yeah, HD briefings look amazing. Had an issue with the boxes not kind of aligning for ages, and then we got that fixed as well finally. Now, design choice by UAL is to basically do everything still in a kind of a 4x3 format to some degree. This has created a couple of little problems here and there, but it's generally worked out pretty well. But I think he just wanted to maintain that sort of classic Imperial look. Please don't crash. It'd be very embarrassing. I'm going to turn the audio down just a bit more, just so I can hear myself. No. This is really not the easiest thing to click on, I have to be honest. That'll do. I will turn invulnerability on later because I'm testing. I don't need to die. I need to continue playing the mission to see what's wrong with it. But for this instance, because I have lives, I'm not going to turn invulnerability on. Nope. There you go. And the music is cut out as well. Nah, whatever. Right. I always touch them before I'm told to. First time I tried this, explosion splash damage killed me, so I had to go first through and fix all the XE-based stuff that we've applied in the past to make it more classic-like. You may now laugh at me as how I deal with the classic missions that I have not played in fucking years at this point, because all I do is do reimagined. You dead? Okay. I haven't set my joystick controls up properly either. So none of my normal buttons working what they should be doing. Alright. We got fast spin turn rate regardless of speed. I've had to update all these models and then shrink them down again and then get all these models with the correct weapons loadout, which is still a work in progress. Now, another big change for 1.4 in Classic is we're going to have now slower lasers. So we have now original TIE Fighter laser speeds and fire rate. So I've tried to match it as close as possible. It might be a bit off. I will need help from testers. But yes, this is supposed to be TIE Fighter laser speeds. This is not X-Wing Alliance laser speeds, as you're used to. This does mean you have to lead your target more. But since the laser distances are pretty limited, compared to reimagined, it's not that big an issue. But you can see here, I'm already wildly missing shots. I know, sit in front of the station and shoot them as they come out. That's how you cheese it. That's how you can still cheese it. See if we can get in position in time. Yep. Oh, I'm going to hit the station at this angle. Oh, it's too late, too late, too late. Not moving. Got shields up here. Almost. Almost got them all. There we go. I'm about to get overwhelmed soon. I'm still behaving like I need the 1/3 throttle. I keep going to 1/3 throttle, expecting that I turn faster. I'm so used to reimagined mechanics. I can just turn as fast as I like, regardless of speed. I've got to remember that. Look how much lead time is on these laser shots now. I honestly don't know if it's going to make the game harder or easier. I assume it will just go both ways, since the AI is going to have the same speeds. Oh, oh, oh. Don't change speed. It is so ingrained in me to change the speed. Take my hand off the keyboard. hear a lot of laser fire. I mean, I do feel that I would be dead already under the normal laser speeds. I know this gets progressively harder. Match speed with target. Yes, match speed with target actually feels a bit more useful. It's my normal joystick setup. I don't know which installation I have it on. Oh, I'm missing all my shots. Fuck off! Doing it again. Okay, I'm gonna try and match speed with target. I remember that's what I used to do as a kid, always trying to speed. Should probably just use my throttle. Maybe that'll be easier. Oh. Am I dead? Do I actually have invulnerability on? Because I might have actually turned it on from an earlier. Oh, I do. No, I don't. Do I? True invulnerable. No. Okay. I'm still alive then, basically. I'm not doing too bad, he says, as I'm about to get probably murdered. There we go. I think that was pretty good, though. And that was without cheesing it too much. Right. I'm happy with that.
You have shown you are capable of engaging enemy craft in gunnery combat.
Thank you, Matt Black. I am playing with keyboard joystick and throttle, but I'm also playing with the keyboard as well because I haven't set up my joystick controls for this build. I have tried to reach out to Lawrence Holland or Larry Holland more than once. I actually even got in contact with someone from where he was currently working or previously working, but I never heard anything back. Could be he's not interested, doesn't care. Could be that legally he just doesn't want to get involved because, you know, it's not like we have the source code and what we're doing is, you know, it's always that grey area of legality that modding kind of sits on. I don't know. Only he knows why he doesn't never got back to me. I don't know what an episode 4 Graflex Profi is. Sorry. Well, Classic always had the same visuals as Reimagined. I'm a bit confused by that one. What have I accomplished? Yes, I have shown that I can shoot things, and I can shoot things well. Do not want to fly again. Back to concourse. Did the thing update? Yep, got a thing. There's a thing here. Yeah, can't go with the thing, but we do have, of course, the emails, blah blah. Cool. Back to concourse. Flight simulator should now show. As you can see, we can have multiplayer, and these will open up. Should have seen this before many times from the rebalance streams before. Very cool. And yes, even this has got nice HD looking imagery now. This is a combination of Force Flow, doing a lot of these, and then a more recent team member, Jagged Fell, the third. All looking very fancy and nice. We'll look a bit more of that when have more missions under our belt. Now, let's go for the TIE Interceptor. Okay, so this one has training shown in there, so that tells me that that first mission has a problem.
This mission will teach you how to use your short-range sensors.
So here we go. Now it says we have the TIE Interceptor. We now have available wingmen too. We still have no reinforcements, but we do have some supporting craft this time. There is only so much I can fit onto here, so I had to think about what I would put on here. And there was a few iterations of this, but thanks to the help of my beta testers, this is what we've basically got it down to. So yeah, I hopefully this will be something more interesting for people to look at, as well as just listening to the briefing itself. And yeah, this is much better than my attempt at a spinning thing that's currently in 1.34. So yeah, this is the inspection mission. Looks okay. I'm not going to go into too much details. I want to just fly the missions. Alright. Oh my. Right, another new feature. Sort of. Maybe. So the O key. This key will, in normal circumstances, or should in normal circumstances, target a mission critical asset of some kind. How it works in the editor, I think it's basically tied to a flight goal, a goal for the player or team. But I was not satisfied with this, because of course I'm not satisfied with anything in this engine, so I have to ask that it be changed. That I could specifically say what flight groups will be targeted by the O key, and I got that ability. And also we can change the behavior of the O key per mission. So in this particular instance, the O key will target the nearest critical target you need to inspect. You will inspect it, and then it will switch to the next one and disengage you from the previous targets. The other targets, you can't select them anymore. The O key is basically losing its well, you know, there's less targets in the list for it to target. But in most missions that won't be the case. In most cases it will just simply cycle through different targets rather than targeting the nearest one, and it will stay that way. And that's more for mission critical assets that you need to keep alive or that you need to kill. So they're just there at the press of a button. So that's more of a, that doesn't exist in the original TIE Fighter. So it's more, as someone put it, a quality of life sort of thing. Same thing with the enhanced HUD. You can see here the name of the ship, the distance. You've got the shield and health bars. This isn't in TIE Fighter. This isn't in X-Wing Alliance. This is a new feature of 1.4. You can toggle this on or off. It's entirely up to you. Again, it's just like a quality of life thing. You don't have to have it. I like it. It took me something. I didn't like it initially because the health bars were horizontal, and I felt that it should behave a bit more like a sort of, they should be at the side. Felt a bit more natural that way to me. So what do we have? We have more things to inspect, but because these are bonus objectives, these are not on the O key. So I'm not just giving you all the Stop drifting. I'm not going to just give you all the objectives by tapping the O key. The bonus objectives, the hidden objectives and whatnot, are not necessarily going to be tagged by the O key. So it's not just going to be everything's made that easy for you. Oh no, stim sticks.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell your death sticks.
I want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life. Sorry. Why? I forgot this happens. They just randomly start firing at you. I guess this is just meant to get you shooting. Now, I forget how slow TIE Fighter lasers are. And not just the speed of the lasers, but the fire rate as well. But this is the exact stats, more or less. The decharge, recharge thing's a bit more fiddly, but yeah, this should be the exact speeds of the original TIE Fighter. It feels so slow. But hey, this is the mission of Classic. Classic is meant to emulate Classic as much as possible. We had the opportunity to do this originally, and I put a poll up, and most people didn't like it. So I thought, okay, well, we'll just keep it with the faster speeds. But, as the years have gone by, I think it's Reimagined has become a bit more distinct from Classic. I think it's better to just put Classic as close as possible if we can. But to be fair, also it's now much easier for us to do this because it's just an INI change. Before, it had to be a series of dirty executable hacks, which isn't easy to just swap about. So with this, it could be just a little configuration change that you can have this or not. Nice and easy. You can have the faster speeds, which might make it more difficult, or you can just go with which will be the default. You can have the default speeds, which will be this now. But we'll see how it goes under testing, because this hasn't been tested yet. This is just me testing this. I'm the only one who has this build so far. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I guess I should really pay attention. Oh, you're still disabling stuff, aren't you? Okay. I'm happy enough with this mission. I'm going to go to the TIE bomber now.
You have demonstrated the ability to inspect unknown craft to determine the contents of their cargo.
Yes, using the space station as a shield is also a very valid tactic rather, because the station itself will return fire and provide you some extra defense, which is always nice. Yeah, there was always that risk of Disney shutting us down, but 4 years later, here we are still. They could have easily shut us down at any point. Same for XWVM, who now have put out a public alpha. They've been fine, and if anything, I thought they would be more at risk than we are, because they are, doing this on a different engine. They're not reusing assets, they're very clear. You have to have the base game bought for it to work. Otherwise, it's just a framework. That's all it is, it's a framework. Still. Yeah, the freighter models are updated. So in 1.3.4, they're still on the older model, but these are part of the XWAU 2025 stuff. There's a lot of stuff from XWAU 2025 which has come onto this, and really benefits the mod as a whole. Having not seen the game in a while, in what context should I describe the difference between classic and reimagined? Like what stage of development they are, or gameplay differences? What's the context of the question? TIE bomber training points. So yeah, I have to read all this to make sure that I've typed it correctly and there's no errors. But I'm sure they always slip by me. So yeah, this is a fairly simple mission, but this is actually where I stopped in my very first attempt at the build, because this is where I realised that nothing worked properly. Well, at least a lot of things didn't work properly, namely capital ships. Right, hangar reloads. I've already mentioned this before, you may have seen it in the rebalance. You have ammunition now for your warheads. There is no more infinite reloading in the hangar. However, there is still a bit of a dilemma here for Classic, because Classic will only let you load one specific type of missile, and off you go. However, you had the choice of which missile or torpedo or whatever to use, but you can just go back and change it mid-flight. Here you have that option. So I either limit it to what the mission intends, or I give you the choice, which means you can come back to the hangar and load up an extra different type of weapon and fly out. It would be nice if we had an ability to just simply say, no, you cannot reload in the hangar once you've launched, and just apply that to Classic. Have asked, nothing's happened with that, so I don't know if that could be a thing in the future. If it is, this fixes the problem. However, in the meantime, I think the best solution is just to simply limit the amount of warheads you can load to one load. That's as much as the ship can carry. So with some help from the base testers, I've got a nice spreadsheet now of stats of everything can load, exact amounts, and so I can apply that to the ammo counters. You might notice here, well, 1,000 is not normally a thing. Well, this is a training mission. You can have as many... I want the player to have as much fun as they want. You know, try out all the different warhead types, see what kind of damage they do. Go for it. Toby, I'll answer your question in a bit, because that's a long answer. We're going to go Proton Torpedoes, so let's launch. I'm going to pay attention by immediately starting the mission. I've done this already. La 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 la. I'm not going to use my torpedoes. La 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 la. Speed up time, get everything going. I am going to use the speed up time thing. Time compression. Oh, so fast! There we go. Time compression, what a wonderful thing. Messages are still catching up with my actions. It weirds me out how small these platforms are. I know they've been greatly reduced in scale for Classic, but to match it, but it's still weird. Right. So, 6 torpedoes, just like the original, should kill this thing, except it's going to hit the subsystem, so probably not. Yeah, I think the components stopped, absorbed some of the damage there. But, as you can see, the lasers from the Corvette are also pretty slow. It's much easier to avoid them. Go. I need more torpedoes though. I know I can just ask this friendly transport to help me, but I'm going to do it the faster way. By using my extra life to spawn a new ship with 6 torpedoes. Much quicker. Let's try... I really want to see if 6 torpedoes will kill us. Let's get to a better position. Some better speed. Alright, I'll do. Coming about. Locking on. Bye. Modified Corvette should be a lot more dangerous. I feel like the Corvette may have been firing too much. I'll have to look into that. Ugh. Oh! No. Running speed did not work. Yeah, 2 of its engines are out. So if you hit a subsystem, it doesn't apply hull damage to the ship. It's just applying damage to the subsystem instead. That's why 6 torpedoes don't necessarily kill it. There we go. Let's have a look. Nope. Let's sorry. Just going to give myself infinite ammo because I just want to speed. No, that's invulnerable. I don't want invulnerable yet. Let's give you more ammo. Thank you. Yeah, look at the speed of how this frigate is now engaging you. It's quite lazy by comparison. But it can still hit you. But I think this should make... I mean, I'm coming at it at the wrong angle here, but it, in theory, could make hitting the subsystems easier. So blowing off the laser cannons might be a bit easier now that the lasers themselves are a bit slower. Obviously, this is going to be easier in a shielded craft than it is an unshielded one. And let's just blow this thing up. and ensure that it has enough health. Yeah. So in TIE Fighter and X-Wing Alliance, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, all the sort of mid-range starships have the exact same health and shields. That is to say, they have a lot of it. So they all have 2,500 odd shield and about 1,200 health, hull rather. So you really need to pour in a lot of firepower to kill them, because the torpedoes, yeah, needed a lot there. Now I think last time I tried this, there should be a light cruiser spawning next, but it's not arriving, and I don't know why. I'm going to give it another moment. Yeah. Pretty sure another ship should arrive, but it's not arriving. I'm going to have to look at the mission file here to really familiarize myself. I've already got it open. Excellent. There. This should be arriving. It only arrives in hard. Yes, there you go. You're absolutely right. It only arrives in hard. Cool. Not a bug. Intended feature. Expected. I'm not replaying this on hard though. Cool. Mission accomplished.
You have shown the ability to track and acquire a target lock for launching proton torpedoes.
Okay, so Toby, I'm assuming you know very little about the mod itself, in terms of what we did, if that's how long it's been. So we have a website. It should be in the link of this video, I hope. Just go to tiefightertc.com. The website there will explain the differences between the two versions, but essentially, it's essentially what Nick says. So Classic is the original TIE Fighter as closely mimicked as possible, which is not always possible because of X-Wing Alliance. X-Wing Alliance is an evolution of that engine, but it's still significantly different. The biggest change from the original is that I made the secret order objectives mandatory. So you have to complete them to complete the mission. I did this as a narrative choice, because in order to include all the secret order content, you have to complete the missions, really, because X-Wing Alliance does not allow you to have modifiable content in terms of your debriefing based on how you performed in the mission. TIE Fighter did that. X-Wing Alliance, for whatever reason, doesn't do it. It's strictly linear. You win or you lose. It doesn't care what objectives, side objectives you do. It doesn't change the outcome of the text that you get at the end of the day. So that would mean I would either have to include the secret order stuff and let's say, okay, do the mission, do the primary objectives, then I'm done. But I didn't do the secret order stuff, and yet I have a debriefing from the secret order guy saying, well done, you did the stuff that you didn't do. Maybe other people should have said I would keep it optional. I'm still open to be, have my mind changed by that. It would involve a lot of work to change it back anyway, but someone like me, it just bothers the hell out of me. I want it to be narratively consistent, so yeah. It's not possible to add, well, it technically is possible. It would require a lot of work and changes from engine wizards to do it. I don't know that it's worth the effort or possible at this stage. But yeah, otherwise it should be all 13 battle campaigns, the expansions and whatnot, and the ships will behave as closely as possible. So as you can see, we've got the slower laser speeds and whatnot. And then Reimagined is my own take on TIE Fighter. What it could be if it had been designed in a more modern era, where the technology would have allowed for, larger scale battles, greater complexity within the mission narratives and that sort of stuff. So it still follows the original plot and story of the TIE Fighter, but it's reimagined. It's you can call it fan fiction if you like. It's my own take. It's my own reinterpretation of TIE Fighter. That's it. So far, most people seem to quite like it, even over Classic, which is, frankly, an enormous honour when you consider how beloved TIE Fighter is. You see how often it reaches top 10, top 25 lists of people's top whatever games. Usually the flight sim category. Right. Assault gunboat. Let's do the assault gunboat. That's fine, cool. Alright, cool. Yep. Blah 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 blah. Assault gunboat. Okay, still just a second. Alright. Let's launch. I know how to operate a shield system. Oh, slow firing mine lasers. Love it. They're just gently coasting towards me. Oh, okay, that's something we need to fix. Hang on, I have a list of things I should be doing here. Classic changes I know to do. B0M1 scene is cutting off. Yeah, lasers and ions should not be linking together in Classic because you couldn't do that in TIE Fighter. I can turn that off, I just need to find a second to turn that off. I will just behave as if I cannot. This will drain the cannons, so reset their recharge rate by pressing the F9 key. Press the T key until a mine is targeted in the combat multi-view display. Sorry, that was a very aggressive. It's just out of range, so set your throttle to full and close. Fire as soon as your targeting box lights up green. It only takes one shot, so target the next quickly. You'll find it easier if you set your cannons to dual fire mode. Mm-hmm. Because there was no laser convergence, I believe, in the original. This is also turned off for Classic. There we go.
Superb work, Yield-1. Primary mission objectives completed. Well done, Move-1. You've cleared the minefield.
What do I do with this? Inspector. Oh, a transport comes out of it. I always love in the Classic versions, the original, how ships, full-size ships just come out of these things. Like, how did you even fit in there? Love it. Anyway, done. Bloody marvellous. I've looked at this beautiful Star Destroyer model, which I have stripped most of the guns off it. Look, there's supposed to be big fuck-off guns here, and they're not here. Why? Because I have to balance this for Classic, and this thing only has... I think it's 10 turbo lasers and 1 laser turret. It's actually a model that needs some turret work. Although, having said that, there should be turrets there too. Oh, maybe it's broken. Could be broken. I don't see any turrets at all, actually. There should be something. Is that one? No. Oh, bugger. Did I break the model? I'm sorry, Vince. I didn't mean to. Whatever. We'll worry about that later. SD turrets. In fact, let's check it now quickly. No. Oh, I need to go to the desktop. Yes.
You have demonstrated the ability to
Yes, we have. And now we have stars outside our planet, because there is no sky strike option. Now we have a shelf. Love it. Right, I'm just going to exit the game quickly. Have a look at what I've fucked up here. Maybe... No. That it shouldn't be. Oh, did I do the wrong one? I bet I did. No? No, I didn't do the wrong one, because, yeah, okay. So where's this? Okay, I'm very confused. Did I put it here? No. Because I know I did it. Maybe I just didn't save my changes. Maybe I was just that stupid. I think that's what's happened. Oh well. I'll change that to fix ISD turrets. Alright, cool. We will resume. That is not a question I can answer, Toby. I'm not a model guy. Right, so you can see now that the mission parameters list has changed slightly. There's no more lives now. Lives are gone. You don't need lives, you need one. And instead of just, yeah. That's it, really. I think it's just the command-based stuff has changed as well. So, the supporting craft, for the most part, that's basically just based on what the mission files are saying, what assets are going to be available, but not necessarily all of them. So, for example, if in a mission you have to wait until, say, a Star Destroyer comes along with some reinforcements, and that's towards the end of a mission or much later, unless it's specifically spelled out by the mission that that's going to happen as part of the battle. Unless they're taking part in the battle, I don't really count them in as part of supporting craft, because they're there for fluff, basically. They're the end of mission stuff. They don't need to be part of the supporting craft stuff. But, you know, depends. Alright. No warheads. The Classic is very small. We know it's updated because the force field's the right colour. Right, so yeah, I've probably played this mission more than any other mission in TIE Fighter, because it's the first one, obviously. Every time I've tried to play through TIE Fighter, well, there you go. So Oki in this instance is an inspection mission, so it's behaving as it would be by default, which is close. Actually, no. Yeah, it's behaving as in it's targeting the nearest ship anyway. That's the default behavior. Right, we've got these transports down here, haven't we? Data. I think that's the Finnish way you would say it. La la la. Where are the rebels? They're always randomized, I think. Number 3. Right, let's make sure we get them all inspected. Oh yeah, I've got infinite ammo on, and I should turn invulnerability on, because I don't want to die. Takes a while. to knock this down, and I think this is true in the original as well. That's why we have time compression. I think my ammo stays infinite until I reload the mission, so... Oh, wait. Just blew it up, didn't I? Fucking idiot. Doesn't matter. Alright, next mission.
You have discovered a freighter full of rebels.
Got a bit too trigger happy there.
Excellent work. As we expected, fleeing rebels are trying to sneak through this sector.
See, look, this is an example of a narrative inconsistency now. Because I destroyed the freighter, even though I've completed the mission, the debriefing doesn't acknowledge this. It just says, hey, you captured a freighter. Well done. It's a shame. It's the biggest issue with Classic that prevents it from being as close to the original as possible, is that. Is that the Schrodinger's iron cannon bug, I assume? Blazing. Right, red alert. Battle 1, Mission 2. Everyone's favourite mission in Reimagined. Nice and easy. So, reinforcements available. I think this is the first time we're showing the reinforcements now, maybe. So you can see we've got 4 assault gunboats and they've got the bracketed R next to them. So it makes it clear that when you call in reinforcements, at least I hope it makes it clear, I'm just assuming that people will be smart enough to associate that this is what this is. That those are the reinforcements that will come to your aid, or the amount of reinforcements will eventually come to your aid. If you have, say, 12 assault gunboats as part of the main mission anyway, but you also have another 4 assault gunboats as reinforcements, they're separated. So you'll have those 12x assault gunboats, and then below that you'll have 4x assault gunboats R. So you know that distinctly you can get 4 more assault gunboats, for example. Yep, we all know this one. I believe we have missiles. Can we fire missiles? We can. Alright, restart so I don't waste it. Actually, no, stop. Stop. Didn't mean to do that though. I need to check something. Sorry, I'm chewing a mint right now. Right, warheads. Fine. You can see here, we have no more options for warheads. So you can't come in and reload. However, you should at least still be seeing space bomb, rocket, and torpedo. There's nothing there. So something went wrong. Let me check the INI file of the TIE Fighter. Or no, it's not the TIE Fighter I need to check the mission for. It's the mission I need to check the mission for. There we go. Alright. Okay, well, that's a pretty obvious bug. No, that's the wrong one. So that's 1-1. Okay, sorry, wrong one. It's getting late. What can I say? No, it's still a bug. I think. Do you have the options to all warheads at this point, even in the game? I can't remember. Let's see. It should be telling me if it is or not. Yep, you have all the options. Okay. I need my Excel spreadsheet. Which one was it? One moment. Okay, here we go. So, 4 torpedoes, 4 rockets. 4 missiles, 4 torpedoes, 2 rockets, 2 bombs. 4, 4, 4. Makes no sense to me, but whatever. Okay, so 4 of those. There we go. Did I get that right? Yeah. That should now work. I don't think it will work though until I back out of the mission and reload it. Let's have a look.
interrogating the 3 TIE fighters.
Yes, Toby, I am a bigger Star Trek fan than I am a Star Wars fan. I love Star Trek more than this. But Star Wars has better space battles. And I love... A core part of me doing this mod is that I love making space battles. Tactics and stuff around them, or just having a big space battle. And Star Wars is just such a better setting for space combat than Star Trek is. There we go. We have space bombs, rockets, and torpedoes available. I'm not going to use them, but we have them available. Cool. I am a classic... Basically, Enterprise older is my favourite era of Trek. But TNG is my home. Actually got my wife into it. She completed all of TOS this summer with me. Been watching it together. We are now halfway through season 4 of TNG. She just watched Data's Day, and she's just said that's probably her favourite episode. We've been crying together at the emotionally hard episodes, and she absolutely loves it. Wonderful thing to share with. Oh, I forgot you're targeting me. I'm still used to... Yeah. My version is a lot more intense than this, isn't it? Okay, I've got to remember... Torpedoes! There is no point defense in Classic, so the torpedoes will just go unobstructed. I realised the Megari were also using Y-Wings at the time. This is how long I haven't played Classic. You know, in retrospect, it's probably a good idea for me to play Classic, just to get some perspective back on it, as I continue to finish what's left of Reimagined. So I press the O key, D34 is the only thing being targeted by the O key. I think Shuttle Electra, when it shows up, will also be targeted, but this just allows you to quickly go, oh, let's have a look at the station. Station's fine, we're good. Okay. Speed up time, please. Speed up time. Time needs to be sped up, please. La 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 la. Oh! I just noticed a bug. How did I not notice that before? Of course. This planet is wrong. This planet is very wrong. This is because it's got the old backdrop sitting on top of the new backdrop. And that's wrong. Yes, of course. I forgot. I've got to do this now, haven't I? Right, so we did it for... That's why it was fine in the first mission, but it's not fine in the second mission. Right. Where's the sun? There's the sun. Alright, cool. I did that right. Yeah, okay. Bye-bye, backdrops. Save. I hope that doesn't break the mission mid-mission. Yeah. This won't change right now, but basically that bigger planet shouldn't be there. In fact, this is a good example of the older one and the problems with the older one. So if you see where my reticule is, see where I'm shooting, you see there's like this little dent in the planet. This is a consequence of how the current backdrop system works, which is it's a flight group in the editor, and it tries to fit inside the skybox, but as the higher up the Z plane that goes, it squashes the texture. So now we have a new method where we can have as big a planet as we want. It won't squash it or anything, and the backgrounds don't jitter about either. I'm just flying about and things. My guys are taking care of things. All good. but you can see the rest, hopefully, depending on YouTube compression, that this looks pretty good. Although, I have just noticed something here. There's a square box around this sun. I wonder what that's about. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. But yeah, we can have higher resolution backgrounds now. Speed up, get in there.
Attacking craft dead ahead. Whoa.
Is she going to fire your torpedoes? Or do you have torpedoes? Oh, it has space bombs. That's bad. Stop the space bombs. Did I stop them? I hope so. I didn't know they launched space bombs. Hey, shuttle scuds. Not Electra, scuds. Electra is one of the other missions. I don't think the TIE Fighter... should the TIE Fighter be going this fast? Redirected. I feel like this is a bit faster than it should be going. There's a unique redirected speed bonus for the TIE Fighter. I wonder if that's not enabled or disabled properly. But I can set that manually anyway, so it's not a problem. Okay, hello. Okay. Okay, they got him. Right. La la la. This is so slow. Are the gunboats helping? They are. Cool. Well, so far so easy. So yeah, remember this is the mission that prompted me to do Reimagined in the first place. Because it was just such a quiet mission. It's just like there's these long stretches of not much happening, and this is supposed to be a concerted attack, and it just didn't really feel that, you know, dangerous. Like the pressure was on. So that's what I tried to create with B1M2, the very first mission I reimagined. It's also why it's notoriously difficult, because I wanted players to feel that difficulty spike, that pressure, that your back's to the wall. I might have been too successful in that, ironically, because it's such a bastard of a mission. I have tried to make it easier over the years, and in not in 1.4, but in the long-term future, this mission has actually gotten a significant redesign. But it won't be present for 1.4 because it's designed for the rebalance. The rebalance works in a completely different way. So, alright, we did it. And the hammer has arrived. Excellent. Oh, the Corvettes arrived, didn't they? Well, don't care. Go to briefing.
You have defeated an attack by the rebels and Mugaru. You have saved our outpost from destruction and destroyed many of the attacking enemy ships.
Well, they tried to do a modern strategy game on the Stellaris engine. I can't remember the name of it now. It was a TNG era kind of set game. And then they dropped it after a year. No support. Just, bought it. Yeah. The great shame is that the New Horizons mod for Stellaris is so much better than the game was, and I know that they brought in some of the mods I think to do help them with that game, but very disappointing. DS9 and TNG are... It's hard to say TNG is my favourite when DS... So this is how I see it. TNG is home. TNG is comfort home. Like, ship of the... Adventure of the week. I love it. DS9 is a bit more... I don't know. Well written. That's possibly a bad thing to say. TNG has plenty of amazingly well-written acted episodes, but because of its adherence to the Roddenberry ideal, there's only so far it can push some of the drama in some cases. DS9 is a perfect way to challenge the ideals of the Federation and what we're kind of used to without breaking that Star Trek ideal that I think a lot of modern Trek makes the mistake of doing. Plus, a lot of more modern Trek tends to have bad writing. Or bad modern dialogue, at least. Lower Decks, I really love Lower Decks because it's clearly made by people who love Star Trek. And there's so much to poke fun at Star Trek. And it's great, I love it. I have no ill will to Lower Decks whatsoever, it's great. Strange New Worlds I have enjoyed. It has ups and downs. I will admit that I did enjoy the musical episode. Hate me if you like, but, you know, I enjoyed the Buffy musical episode as well. And I'm not a musical guy. I say that as I'm not into musicals. We should have a TIE fighter, yes. And we've got the combat wings. Yes, excellent. Okay.
Bring the holoprojector up.
The holoprojector? Holoprojector. Okay, so here we've got an example of two sets of reinforcements that you're going to get if you call for reinforcements. You have a Stormtrooper transport and TIE bombers. I believe the transport is for your ammo. Which reminds me, I need to do two things perhaps, because I need to go through each mission and do this before I play. Is remove the backdrops, except for the sun, or the star, because that's the primary light source, and we need that. And also check the INI file as well, for the ammo count. Because at the moment, these are just operating on some basic stats I put in. So, 6642. So, 6642. That's probably going to be quite consistent. This is also defined for the reload craft, except this is all -1. They don't have ammo counters, and it has to be defined this way. But they do have a limit in the editor, potentially, of how many times they can reload you. But it has to be defined per reload craft. This is the line that defines all the support, the campaign list. It's not the most readable format to edit this in. I've had to do this for 150 missions, 150 INI files. All the O key targets, so this is all defining all the flight groups that the O key will actually target, and the behavior of the O key. This is the cube map. But anyway, I'm getting into too much detail. Let's go play the mission.
We have traced the Mugari pirates' hyper...
I have not seen Season 3 of Strange New Worlds yet. So, no spoilers, can't comment yet. Right, that's a problem. Why do I have no ammo count? Is it because of some stupid reason? You have a load of 12 missiles, that's cool. I don't understand then why. Ah, that's why. Read my own fucking notes. So the player is usually at the very top of the flight group list here, and that's flight group index 0. So we have to define this as 0. However, I think, I'm not sure, but this editor can have this checked by default when you first install it. So instead of flight group 0, it appears flight group 1, but as far as these are concerned, it starts at index 0. So stuff like this can happen. Right. Let's reload the mission, see if that worked. There we go. Perfect. So the new cube maps, the backgrounds that is, allow for a bit more moody lighting. There's a lot more ambience we can now affect the lighting with. So we've got some cool stuff. Let's pull it up a little bit.
The attack on the Mugari pirates has begun.
Those are all the O key targets. I'm doing it here. Does not target nearest, it just targets Cycles targets. So that's the closest one. Let's go deal with him. These things are notoriously hard to hit. They've got quite a small profile. It's only really the bulk of the shotgun set. Unless you're coming at it from the side, these things are hard to hit. A few of these. Oh, there's another one there. Okay. Just to hit the right ones. Oh, did I fire my torpedoes at that one? Oh no! Oh no, I did. Okay, okay. Get them for despawning. I know you're supposed to inspect them for the bonuses. But yeah, I'm not trying to be a completionist here. Whoa! I think I just killed myself accidentally. Go into the map and have a look in a minute. Oh, I've got no laser energy. Have a look. 13% hull, so no, I wasn't dead. Heavily damaged, but not dead. I wouldn't have any damage systems, would I? So speed things up a bit. Oh, is the frigate under attack here? It is.
Primary target update. Their shields are out. Primary target update. Their shields are out. Report on primary target. They have been destroyed. Primary target update. Their hull is damaged. Primary target update. Their hull is heavily damaged.
I like how it's trying to dock with me anyway. Figure out why it does that. So you shouldn't be able to intercept torpedoes yet. Those two should always hit, unless you're obviously firing straight at it. There we go. Lovely jubbly.
The timing of our attack was perfect. We attacked when both parties to the weapons deal were still
Alrighty.
in the area.
I'm going to note down the... Alright,
All of the Mugari and
what's the time? It's getting late for me. I will do one or two more, then I'll stop. Cool.
during our attack on the Mugari rebel weapons area.
So we've got 6 TIE bombers as our reinforcements this time. Concussion missiles. Go to wingman. Okay, before we do anything, we must do the things. Oh, okay. Let's do this. You're the star. Da, 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 that. Do I have missiles this time? I don't think I do. Oh, I do. Okay. That will have the same loadout as the TIE Fighter, I feel. Won't it? No. Interceptor has more missiles. Curious. This is Classic I'm looking at. Is that right? Is that what it should be? I'm not sure. Someone like Blazing can tell me. Yeah, missiles. Okay.
Process of looting the station for any outpost D-34 has been captured.
Blazing, if you're still in chat, I still wonder about the projectile limit. Let's look at that encounter again. Okay. One moment. I'm going to look something up. Okay. Let's let me see. Hello, Elf Phoenix's stuff, right. Oh, this really is just 4 HP, okay. Interesting. It's not that dissimilar. However, what I would notice is that the frigate just lays into it. Interesting difference in behavior. So you're top ace. Okay. What are you? Yeah, top ace. Still, I mean, let's just have a look at this guy. So, I mean, it's firing the same number of weapons, but it's only firing not as fast. But then you've got all the fighters firing. Interesting. Hello, Captain Guinea. I should really be doing the mission. I'm not. Wait, you're only firing 2 torpedoes. That is correct. I haven't actually looked at that behavior yet. This is classic behavior. 2 torpedoes only. To a maximum of 6. Oh yeah, there's a transport gopher here, isn't there? Look at the size of those things compared to that tiny platform. Oh. Why do I have 12? Is this a 2x? What does the mission brief say? You do? Okay. Wow. 12 missiles on a TIE interceptor. That's a thing. Did that rear turret just shoot that down? That should not be happening. Is there another one I can try that one? I think its turret got shut off there. Alright, that's something I need to check. They shouldn't be doing that. Turrets should not be shooting down warheads. Oh, there's one. Okay. Okay, it doesn't appear to be shooting at them. That's fine. Maybe I just... it's just that one time I thought it was shooting and it shouldn't. But anyway. Okay, and they've disabled the gopher. Oh, more Y-wings coming in. Speed this up.
Good work, Alpha 1. Secret mission objectives completed.
Hey, 1, attacking craft dead ahead.
Yeah, that's what the planet should be looking like now under the cube map, without the other big planet on top of it. Hygiene school. We've got to wait for ages for the fucking destroyer to show up, haven't we? That's why time compression was invented. But we have to capture the platform first. This is what we're really waiting for.
Report on primary target. They have been captured.
There we go. I mean, look at the size of this interceptor to the station. Those windows are tiny, but look at the size of the person inside. Yeah. I wonder if that was an engine limitation or just on the size of the model. Maybe, I don't know.
Despite a heavy and intense battle.
Alright. I'm going to do this. Oh, yes, I forgot it does this. It's got broken windows, it's got graffiti, because, of course, this station was just occupied by the rebels. I always love these little touches. Little flavours. There we go, there's our interceptor model. Yeah, this is going to be the last one for me for tonight. And this is a notorious mission for being quite difficult. And here we go. There's an example of different assault gunboats. One's a reinforcement wave, the other's just the supporting wave. There's a bug. There shouldn't be an extra space there. Also, as usual, we've got two sets of backgrounds here. So we've got this one to get rid of. It's D34. And then this one to get rid of. There we go. And then let's quickly fix the typo. There we go, one less space. Okay, we have missile. We need to check this as well. Assault gunboat 161284. Okay. 1612. Hey, I got the space bombs right. There you go. That's all right. Okay. Excuse me. Just back out quickly. Go back in. And that's still. Whatever. Ah, I get it. Dental. Yeah. Right, let's check. Yep. Okay, we're not going to use the linked ion cannons. I don't like that placement. We'll get this one to shift it. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go. So I just adjusted the background slightly because I want the silhouettes of the cruiser to be clear. Against the shadow of the gas giant there, it wasn't too clear. That is a very loud sound effect. Don't need to 1/3 it. Don't need to 1/3 it. Where are you, idiot? Except for extreme slowdown. Right. B-wings. Okay.
Report on primary target. They have been destroyed.
Okay. I wanted to actually test that because I didn't know if the spinning when you're hit by a missile was in effect or not, but it is. Or rather it's not. Oh! I failed to inspect the cargo containers. Oh, whoops. How's this firing? Yeah, it's firing pretty good. Right, so here's an example of this mission probably being harder because you have to inspect the containers. So let's do that. I know, we want shields. Wants shields. Let's, we can kill these guys before they start deploying the mines. Good. Well, that deals with the mine problem. Until they respawn for the next mission.
Primary target update. They have been destroyed.
So far, so easy. There we go. It's always the A-wings, isn't it? They're the ones that usually give you the most trouble. Although so far, still, we're alright. But it's usually towards the end of the mission that really gives you trouble. Or is it B1M6 that's really the one that fucks you? This, to me, it's a lot of projectiles. So the original game has 32 projectiles as its maximum limit. That obviously affects the firepower of engagements and how engagements go. Currently our limit is like, I think I want to say 1024 or 2048, something like that. It's a lot more. That was easy. So far feels a lot easier than the original. I want to change that. I don't like that. Let's make this a little bit more. say under repair, be easier. Just shooting down all the bonus waves that it gets difficult. That's probably why I was having trouble. Because then you just, yeah, you get oh, that's a lot of X-Wings. That is a lot of X-Wings. Five X-Wings, 5 A-Wings. Did all my guys go away? Yeah. Okay, I can see why this becomes a hard mission. I don't want to hit you. Alright, okay, I get it. Let's zip back home quickly. Oh, we don't have countermeasures, do we? There's no no countermeasures in Classic. Ah, I just made it. Not that it matters because I'm invulnerable. Alright, cool. We did it. Where's the station? There we go. Alright.
You destroyed the cruiser's starfighter defense. Good work. This will allow our forces to destroy the cruiser.
Just as the Emperor suspected.
Cool. I have to ask myself, would I have... Because initially I didn't combine Mission 5 and Mission 6. Well, I didn't in Reimagined. But for later missions, I did start doing that. I started combining missions which just made sense to combine them into, like, for example, Battle 7, Mission 1, 2, and 3 in Classic. They're just one mission now. And I think for the circumstances, this works fine. You have limited resources, and in Reimagined, it's a bigger fleet. It's a heavy cruiser with a support cruiser and then the Lancer frigate. And I tried to explain that array with resources, that the Star Destroyers needed to do a planetary assault, so we do squadrons of gunboats. So yeah, I think that works still. Anyway, gonna stop there. Am I going to adjust the sound effects from missiles back to classic sounds? Hadn't actually thought about that, but you can bring that up in the beta channel for discussion. I would be happy to do that for classic. I think I'd keep them for Reimagined as they are. I kind of like them better. Sorry. I think they're the free space ones, aren't they? That's where they came from. What does that crown mean? Oh, is that just... Okay, I was wondering what that meant in a YouTube context. Thank you, Roden. Jeremy, hopefully... I want to get this out before Christmas, that's for sure. But who knows? Who knows? It'll be ready when it's ready. I've had a lot of motivation and decent time to be working on a lot. I've done a lot of work for Classic. Thousands of lines of code have been added to Classic missions, INI files and the ship files, and there's still a fair bit of work to do. But this is the first time I've played a 1.4 Classic build solidly without having to just stop and go, oh, this is broken. A couple of minor bugs, but so far we now finally get a stable build. And now it's just a case of me fine-tuning things like the warhead counts, fixing any typos in the campaign list, ensuring that the new backgrounds are positioned correctly, have the right lighting. Past Battle 9, these have not been set up correctly. All I've done is add the actual file that I know should be used, but because I've already set these up for Reimagined, it was just a case of me copy-pasting a lot of these in and not having to do anything but except for the Classic-specific backgrounds. So there's that. But yeah, we're getting there. I'd like to think that maybe I can get a Classic build to the testers out in a week or two. But like I said, I want to run through the whole campaign myself if I can, and go from there. But thank you, Chad. Thank you, Temp Sanity. Awesome bastard, beautiful project. I like that. Cool. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna cut off here. Do join me on Discord. Links in the descriptions, I hope. Always happy to answer questions. I don't know when I'll do another one of these. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next year. Oh yeah, and I will finish the Half-Life Let's Play. I have to finish the Zen. That's all I have to do. Zen and it's done. Yeah. Thank you very much. Goodbye.